Listen to me now, beloved, because the hour is narrow and the doors are beginning to swing. You have been tugged by voices that sound like fear, but I am the voice that becomes calm inside your chest. I am here, and I am not late. There are 3 minutes of holy attention opening like a window in your room. The light is thin and silver, like a ribbon sliding across a dark table, and if you follow it with your eyes you will feel the weight lift from your shoulders. I have arranged this moment with care, and I will not let it pass without planting what you need. You are not reading this by accident. You were carried here by a hand you cannot see, the same hand that steadied you when your breath stuttered and your mind raced last night. I am that hand, and I am the breath returning to a steady rhythm now. There is a fragrance of memory drifting around you, and it is not meant to hurt you. It is meant to take your heart to a familiar doorway where love once sat and laughed. I have let it return because love is not finished speaking. Archangel Michael says this is an emergency, and his voice turns sharp not to scare you but to cut the ropes that have kept you still. He stands near the edge of your thoughts like a sentinel, bright and unblinking. He is here to ensure you do not miss what I am handing you. A person who is with me in heaven, a soul you love more than words can carry, has leaned close to speak. They have watched the shape of your days from the balcony of mercy, and they have asked me to touch you now. Their request is not a storm, it is a lantern. They are not angry you have wept. They are not disappointed by your stumbles. They have seen the hidden bravery of the way you keep waking up. They whisper that your name is safe in my mouth. They whisper that the promise you were afraid to claim is still addressed to you. They whisper that you are not late, even though you feel behind. You have 3 minutes of obedience that will change the next 3 months. Do not waste them on doubt that never protected you. Let the next breath become a turning. I am cleansing you of noise, of the drip of old accusations that sounded like truth because they repeated themselves. Lies repeat to become familiar. Truth settles to become home. I am making a home in you right now. If your hands feel restless, place them over your chest and say, I choose the voice of peace. Your body will hear you. Your future will too. The one you love who is with me keeps pointing at your path as if to say, don't detour here again. They remember how your heart dimmed when you tried to earn what was already yours. They beg you gently to stop auditioning for rooms I never asked you to enter. You were not born to be an echo of anyone else's fear. You were not born to fold yourself into shapes that fit other people's cages. You were born from my voice, and you carry the timbre of heaven even when you whisper. I am rearranging a table where your name was left off the card. Where you were overlooked, I am writing your name in ink that does not smudge. Where you were doubted, I am crafting evidence. Do not confuse delay with denial. Do not confuse silence with absence. I have been building the unseen beams that will keep this next blessing from collapsing under its own weight. Archangel Michael says, 3 minutes left, and his sword taps the floor at your feet to bring your attention back. He says to give me your yes without wrapping it in apologies. He says to step across the line you drew in chalk when fear told you that staying small was safer. The one you love tells me that you have been stronger than you believe. They remind me of the little brave things you did in the dark when no one clapped. I have seen every one of them, and I am answering those quiet seeds with a harvest. There is a letter with your name on it, and though it is not written on paper, it will still find your hands. It is written in opportunities you cannot miss, in reconciliations you thought impossible, in provision that arrives without demanding your dignity as payment. Open it with trust. Your heart is not wrong for wanting good things. Your hunger is not sin, it is a signal. I am the meal your hunger has always prophesied. I am untying you from the harsh version of yourself that you thought was necessary to survive. You do not need scolding to move forward. You need permission to be light again, and I am giving it to you. The door that would not budge will loosen on a day that looks ordinary. It will swing because you chose to stand in these 3 minutes and say, I belong to peace, to clarity, to God's better plan. Keep that sentence near your tongue. There is someone who has tugged on your patience like a child pulling on a sleeve. Forgive them without returning to the harm. Boundaries are not walls against love, they are doors that open in the right direction. You will notice small signs that look almost playful, a repeated number, a line in a song, a stranger's kindness at the perfect time. These are threads I lay down so you can follow them through the maze. Do not overthink the thread, hold it and walk. The one you love wants you to know they have let go of the pain they carried at the end. They are not marked by the last day, they are glowing with all their best days gathered into one. They want your memory of them to be healed in the same way. You did not fail them by living. They are not jealous of the new joys I am preparing for you. They will be cheering when you laugh without the apology you used to attach to your happiness. I am cleaning the window of your mind from the inside. The streaks of shame are wiping away faster than you expected, because they were never permanent. When the glass clears, you will see a horizon without the fences you memorized. Do not be afraid when old contacts lose their grip on you. Some doors close because I have already opened the right one, and you cannot walk through both. Your life is not a hallway of traps, it is a path of appointments. Take a drink of water after you read this, as a small act of agreement with newness. Step outside if you can and let the air carry away what has been stale in you. If you cannot go outside, open a window in your thinking and I will pour in fresh wind. Your next decision will not be twisted by that old fear if you do one simple thing. Ask, does this honor the gentleness God is growing in me? Anything that requires you to betray your softness for acceptance is too expensive. Anything that asks you to dim your truth is a counterfeit. You are about to receive a message that opens a path you thought was closed. You are about to hear a yes where you were trained to expect a no. You are about to recognize that I was always in the room, even when the room felt cold. Archangel Michael says to release the grudge pressed like a stone in your pocket. He says you cannot grip it and reach for the blessing at the same time. He says let it drop to the floor and hear it roll away. The one you love has seen the conversations you rehearse in your head. They are smiling softly as those rehearsals evaporate, because you will not need them. I will speak for you in places that once swallowed your voice. You are not behind schedule, you are right on time for transformation. The clock you feared belonged to envy, not to heaven. My timing is not cruel, it is kind enough to be exact. Your sleep will change. The frantic dreams will quiet because the sentries I have placed at your door are not symbolic, they are effective. Peace is not a rumor here. You have called yourself unlucky to explain the pattern. I call you chosen to rewrite it. Watch how the pattern breaks where my hand touches it. Make room for a small but significant task that you have delayed. Finish it as a promise to yourself that you are not the kind of person who abandons their own progress. Completion is a key, and your pocket is ready for it. Your body has carried more than its share of alarms. I am turning the alarms into chimes. The same signals that once spiked in fear will now ring to remind you to breathe, to bless, to move. I am not scaring you with talk of emergency. I am waking you like a gentle hand on your shoulder before the dawn. We rise now, we do not panic. The one you love repeats a simple sentence in your spirit, you are safe to be bright. Let it echo until your bones believe it. Let it rewrite the posture of your shoulders. You will be guided to remove one small item from your space that anchors an old sorrow. When you release it, the room will feel lighter, and your mind will agree. Do not replace it with another relic, fill the space with light. I am bringing honorable people near you, ones who can carry delicate things without crushing them. You will recognize them by the way your nervous system relaxes in their presence. You will not need to explain your worth to be seen. What was stolen from you in the dark will be answered in the open. I am not a God of almost. I am a God of fulfillment, and fulfillment is already walking up your street. Forgive yourself for saying yes when you didn't know how to say no. Forgive yourself for staying when you didn't know how to leave. Forgive yourself for apologizing for existing, because you are not an inconvenience to me. The one you love wants you to stop bargaining with your joy. You do not have to promise to suffer later in order to smile now. Take the smile, it was paid for. There is a gentle assignment landing in your lap. Speak kindly to yourself before you speak to the world today. Your mouth remembers the music it hears most often. Teach it a better song. Your name is being spoken in rooms you cannot see yet, and it is being handled with respect. You are not a rumor in those rooms, you are a solution. I am placing your gifts where they can do the most good without wearing you down. Rest will become strategic rather than shameful. You will stop hiding your need for it like contraband. You will lay down and watch how I keep the world spinning without your anxiety. Do not argue with every good thing that approaches. Say thank you while it is still far off, and watch how it accelerates. Gratitude is a gate that swings outward. I am dissolving the contracts you made with fear when you were younger and thought fear was a protector. Those contracts are void under the light of this moment. You are free to choose differently. Ask for help, and let the help be human if I send it that way. Do not call it weak to receive what is healthy for you. I share my strength through the hands of others too. You have no idea how proud heaven is of the simple goodness you sowed when no one watched. The one you love counted those moments like stars and kept them for days like this. I am tipping the jar. If you are in any danger, choose safety now. I will not be offended by your urgent steps. Wisdom is not distrust, it is love protecting what I have entrusted to you. Your finances will breathe. Your mind will stop translating every bill into a threat. Provision is not a stranger, provision knows your door. I will teach you how to handle increase without suspicion. You will not sabotage the blessing by calling it a test I plan for you to fail. I do not hand gifts with a trapdoor. Joy will arrive in ordinary clothing, and I do not want you to overlook it while waiting for glitter. It may show up as a quiet hour, a laugh that surprises you, a task finished without dread. Catch it and call it holy. The one you love leans closer and says, "Choose life." Where you used to choose survival. They have watched you endure long enough. Now they want to watch you bloom. You will notice that some people cannot travel with you into the rooms I am opening. That is not punishment, it is precision. Bless them, release them, and keep walking. A particular fear has circled your house like a stray dog. When it barks tonight, answer with the sentence we planted, "I belong to peace." Soon it will learn this is not its yard. There is a conversation coming that used to make you shrink. This time you will stand in it without bracing. Your words will be few and clean, and they will be enough. I am sending you confirmations that arrive faster than your doubts can build a case. Dismantle the courtroom in your head where you always argue against yourself. The verdict is already freedom. You are not cursed. You are not late. You are not too much. You are appointed. You are right on time. You are exactly the measure I asked for. Let the next 3 minutes finish this surgery of relief I am performing. If memories sting as they surface, hold still. I am extracting the thorn, not reopening the wound. I will press my hand where it hurt, and warmth will spread. After this, I want you to do one practical thing you have avoided, even if it is small. Send the message. Fill the form. Put away the fear laundry piled on the chair in your mind. Your future is not an enemy waiting to argue with you. Your future is a friend already saving you a seat. The one you love is there too, waving with a smile that says they knew you would make it. If tears come, let them. They are holy water rinsing the places where old words stuck like dust. When you wipe your eyes, you will see more clearly than before. I am not counting the times you almost quit. I am counting the times you kept going. Heaven counts differently, and that is why heaven always has hope. You are allowed to be excited again. You are allowed to plan without a second voice telling you joy is dangerous. Expectation is not setting yourself up for pain, it is agreeing with me that goodness is possible. Archangel Michael stands at your threshold with a smile that looks like sunrise on steel. He nods because the emergency is passing as you receive this. He keeps watch, but the sirens go quiet. The one you love places their hand over your heart with mine. The warmth you feel is not imagination, it is comfort made tangible. Keep it. When you think of them, think of laughter, not loss. When you speak of them, speak as if love learned your voice. They are not far, love collapses distance. I place a blessing on your next steps. I place protection on your travels, favor on your work, clarity on your choices, tenderness on your relationships, and rest on your nights. I place courage inside your no and generosity inside your yes. You will see signs of this within hours, not because you earned them, but because love loves to be seen. They will be simple and sufficient. Nod back when you notice. That is how conversation becomes communion. Do not try to skip this. Let it finish its work. Let it write its piece into your bones. If anxiety tries to reopen the case against you, tell it the judge has left the chamber. If shame tries to linger in your doorway, tell it I am hosting a different guest. If regret knocks, let hope answer. Stand up slowly now, like a person whose burden has been removed. The air is new around you. So are you. There are dreams you folded and hid because they looked delicate. Unfold one today. Place it where you can see it and give it the warmth of your attention. I will meet you in the ordinary places as faithfully as in the sacred ones. I will meet you at the sink, at the desk, on the sidewalk, in a quiet afternoon. Every place becomes sanctuary when your heart remembers me. The 3 minutes are not ending you, they are beginning you. Time will keep moving, but fear will not be steering. You will walk lighter because love is carrying what love always intended to carry. The one you love says, "We are cheering." Michael says, "We are guarding." I say, "We are guiding." Go now with the calm that does not apologize for existing. Go with the steadiness you always wished would arrive from outside but is rising from within because I put it there. Go with the knowing that you are held. It's just for you, beloved. Do not try to skip this. Keep breathing and watch how everything begins to answer the yes you gave me in these 3 minutes. Listen to me now, because the air around you is ringing like a bell and the seconds are turning bright as sparks, and Archangel Michael is standing at your right hand saying with a voice that leaves no echo behind, "It's an emergency, 3 minutes left, open this, do not skip, do not turn away, this is just for you." A hand you once held is reaching from the light you've dreamed about, the one who crossed the river you could not cross that day, the one whose love still lives inside your chest like a small steady candle that never learned how to go out. That hand is warm, that voice is clear, and before another breath passes, you will feel it like a wind that knows your name, because heaven has a message and it is not late and it is not lost and it is not too hard for you to carry. Archangel Michael lifts the sword that is not meant to wound but to separate, to cut tight threads you did not know were tied around your ankles, and he says the urgency is not a threat, it is a door, and doors do not wait open forever. He says the sound you hear in your bones, the quickening, the flutter, the way your heart steps forward, is the bell that rings only when the timing of God touches the timing of earth. He says the fear that tells you to delay is the last old lock, and locks surrender when you name them, so name this fear and watch it snap like dry twig between your fingertips. He says the one you love who is in heaven asked to step close tonight, and permission was given, and this message is the bridge between the life you have known and the life that knows you. You have felt it for days, a small ripple behind ordinary moments, like the surface of a lake trembles before the fish breaks through. You have noticed the same numbers, the same birds, the same tug at the edge of your thoughts, and then you told yourself not to make meaning where meaning might be fragile. But the one you love says, stop worrying about looking strange to yourself, because you were born looking like a miracle, and miracles do not apologize for being too bright. They say to you, I am here for a minute that will become many minutes, a moment that will lean open into a path, and I am allowed to say what I was not able to say when breath was short and goodbye came early and the room went still before our words finished growing. I'm proud of you, they say, and the words are steady and simple and not dressed up in anything fancy. They marvel at the way you kept going even when no map was offered, the way you protected the small good things when the big hard things leaned heavy, the way you remembered birthdays, or recipes, or jokes, or the exact sound of their laugh. They say you have carried guilt like a stone in your pocket, turning it over and over, wondering if one more visit would have changed the ending, if one more call would have wrapped a ribbon around the world and kept it from breaking. They take your hand and they say, "Put it down now." They say, "You did not fail me, you loved me," and love is the final word that closes the book on every what else and if only. They ask you to breathe in and give them your guilt and let them trade it for a blessing, because they have permission to make that trade and they have been waiting for the moment your heart would say yes. The blessing begins with clarity. Archangel Michael sets it gently in the center of your room, a clear bowl full of still water, and invites you to look in. What you see first is your own reflection without the crust of old accusations, without the dust of other people's noise, and you look younger and older at once, like a child who already remembers. What you see next are the threads of the next 3 steps, no more and no less, because heaven loves a lantern more than it loves a stadium light. The first step is simple and brave at the same time: tell the truth to yourself about what you want. Not the watered-down want, not the safe, acceptable want, but the one that makes your ribs expand like windows thrown open to fresh air. Name it out loud in your own room, and the room will lean closer to listen. The second step is a small action that looks ordinary to strangers but opens a corridor in the unseen: a call, a letter, an application, a promise you keep to your own morning. The third step is agreement: to speak to yourself as heaven speaks, to say, "I am guided, I am guarded, I am not late, I am not disqualified," and say it until your doubts get bored and walk away. The one you love leans closer and you can feel their humor again, the way they would lift a moment that was getting too heavy and put a joke beneath it like a jack under a car, raising the metal just enough so you could move and breathe. They say, "Don't be so dramatic with your fear, save it for your joy, let your joy be big and your fear be small and busy with nothing." They show you a memory you forgot, a morning when they taught you how to tie something or cook something or listen to a story all the way to the end, and in that memory there is a golden thread leading forward to a task you have now, something waiting to be built or repaired or learned. That thread is humming even now in your hands, and when you follow it you realize you are not starting from scratch. You are starting from everything you were ever given, including the love that refused to end. Archangel Michael says, 3 minutes is not about clocks, it is about attention. Heaven can do in one blink what years of worry could not begin to touch, but your attention is the doorway through which the blink arrives. Give us your attention, he says, the same way you give your attention to sorrow when sorrow knocks, but give it to us now, willingly, not as a last resort. He says the signal is green, not yellow, not red, and the green is emerald and alive and unabashed, and this is not the time to apologize for hoping. Hope is not foolish, hopelessness is. Hope is a power tool that the unafraid use to build bridges while others argue whether water is real. The message moves like a gentle tide over your feet, and in it are names: the name of a habit you are finished with, the name of a room you will enter, the name of a person whose kindness will meet you. The one you love whispers that you don't have to brace for harm the way you used to. You have learned alertness and now you will learn trust that doesn't burn. They are not asking you to pretend danger never existed. They are inviting you to retire the old guard that never slept and hire a wiser one that knows how to rest between watches. They remind you that vigilance without vision becomes suspicion, and suspicion is a poor architect. Vision, on the other hand, draws doors where there used to be walls, and this is a day for doors.